Do you want to travel the universe in a spaceship? Do you want to see the flash flood in the desert? Or do you want to dive in the sea and see kelp forests? Well, you can see all that in California Science Center, the most visited museum in West Coast America. This is Dr. Phillips, the curator of the aerospace science at the California Science Center. Welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you. Welcome.
What do you think are some of the most interesting things in California Science Center?
There's so much to see and do here. We have 4 areas. We have a 188,000-gallon
That's
tank.
a lot.
Yeah, that's right, with sharks in it, and that's in an area called ecosystems. You can learn all about ecosystems all around the world. You can visit desert zones. You can visit Arctic areas. You can visit the Rocky Shore. We also have flown space capsules from the Smithsonian Institution National Collection. We have an Apollo Command Module that took astronauts from the United States to meet with astronauts from Russia, or cosmonauts in orbit. And we have a number of wonderful interactive exhibits where people can learn all about transportation. They can learn what makes cars run. We have engineering applications that people can play with. So it's a very hands-on facility, lots and lots of things to do. Plus we have our 3D IMAX film.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's right. And we also have the Space Shuttle Endeavour, which was awarded to us in 2011 and which is now on public display.
Behind me is the star of the California Science Center. It's the Space Shuttle Endeavour. So it's the newest space shuttle that NASA built. It was built in 1992. It has been on 25 missions, and now it's on its 26 missions because it's here to educate kids.
We have a special exhibit called Earth in Concert. That was a collaboration with the Grammy Museum, and it was designed actually to let well-known musicians, artists express their concerns about the environment and how we might go about thinking more conscientiously about the earth, how to protect it. It's our planet, we don't want to mess it up, so yeah.
Okay, so what's happening right now?
What's happening right now is we are floating.
I'm kind of nervous.
Well, we're kind of floating in space because the object around us, which is the Destiny module, is slowly turning.
Yes.
And it makes us think that we're losing our balance and turning. It's all in your head.
But I really feel it. It's really easy.
That's right. And it's not unlike what the astronauts would feel if they were on orbit, because there's no up and down. And so all of the surfaces that you see are working surfaces. It's not like in your home where you have a floor to work on and you have a desk. I mean, every surface is a floor. Every surface is a place that you can work.
Oh, now the light is off.
Well, now the light is off because we are simulating a space flight, and we just orbited. We've gone into the shadow side of the Earth, so it's like sunset for us. And we'll come back into the light as we come out of the Earth's orbit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and here we are.
Oh, now
back.
we are.
Now we
Yes.
are. That's right. Yes. If you had a laptop, for example, remember everything in space is floating.
Yes.
So you might float over here with your laptop and then plug it into one of those devices, or if you had some other data collection device. If you look over here, for example, you have a glove box. You see the holes there where you put your hands? That's right. Okay, there's a glove box over here that's coming into view. And it has 2 places where you put your hands. And remember, you're floating in space, so as you you would be kind of floating in space. So then you could maybe float over to here.
Yes.
You could use the Robonaut. The Robonaut is an example of a mechanical device that's a robot experiment. It looks a little bit like a person. And it's an experiment that NASA is working on to perfect the ability for robots and humans to work together in space over a long time.
After visiting the California Science Center, for one moment, I thought I've traveled to different places in the world. Really guys, this is the must-go place in LA. I am Siobhan, and I will see you next week.